I finally figured out what the next on Steorn StoryCorps prompt is going to be. And I'm going to post that tomorrow.
What is the StoryCorps? I saw your post. I didn't read it. I meant to, and then I couldn't find it again.
So the On Steorn StoryCorps, it's an idea completely stolen from NPR. And they give folks a topic and ask them to tell a story on that topic. And then we collect all of those stories and we post them on the wiki. And people can send in a story on that week's topic or any other topic. It doesn't matter. There's been 6 or 7 so far.
Participation, please.
That's the idea. Sometimes we have topics that don't get any responses at all. That made me really sad. I asked for a story about the Lions and didn't get any written responses back.
I get from bookmarking stuff because I meant to show you because you could have done something like that.
The next topic is going to be tell me a story about a rose of Onsteora, since we have Mother's Day coming up, and so we'll be hopefully collecting stories about roses. Or any member of the Order of the Rose. Let me correct that.
Yeah.
So Hector could be included in that.
Looking back at the old days, there weren't as many to choose from. Yeah.
This is true, but it doesn't have to be ancient history. It can be something more current. It can be, yeah. Just because I'm the historian doesn't mean I'm not interested in more recent events.
Oh yeah. We just happen to know more about the old stuff because that's when we were active.
And see, that's the part of history that I have the least information about. So I am very, very happy to hear those stories. Hey, Roanna, I'm glad you're here. I didn't know if you knew this, but your page is up on the wiki. If you go to the wiki and you put your name in the search bar, it should pop right up.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Sing?
I'm sorry?
Did you see me dancing?
Did I see you dancing?
Were you on the dance video?
Yes, I was. Unfortunately for Ansteora.
I saw Galen and a friend of mine whose SCA name escapes me, but Nancy and her husband were dancing on it. And
Esme, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you didn't include a photo with your wiki submission, so I'm having a hard time picking you out in the video.
Good. I haven't
used her purposes.
Well, the problem is I'm the photographer, and the photographer rarely gets a photo. So the few that I have either belong to somebody else, or they're from some time ago when I've conned one of the children into taking my picture.
We have very few pictures of my dad because he was a professional photographer, and same thing.
Yeah, we've got pages on the wiki that don't have pictures. We have pages on the wiki and the photograph is 30 years old. It's entirely up to people as to what they're comfortable with.
In my defense, a picture from 30 years ago is going to be much better than a picture now.
It's what you're comfortable with.
I wasn't in the society 30 years ago, but the ones from 15, yeah, I'd take that.
Okay. So send one in if you're comfortable.
But.
So Alessandra, I have to show you what I've been working on.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw my post. You might have. But this weekend was the virtual Beltane event.
Yes, I heard about that.
And they have this contest where you make and decorate a frog.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, it matches you.
They throw them. Yes, it does. So this is my frog.
Oh, so cute.
She is an emerald green or forest green velvet and an Onsteoran gold silk. And she has freshwater pearls for eyes. Her necklace is Baltic amber in butterscotch, cognac, and cherry. And she has a little Viking bragging strand. And I did finger loop braiding to make her a belt. And all of her garb is linen.
I gotta see all this.
So yeah, they're on my profile. I also posted it to the artisans of the SCA just for giggles. But
Amber, before I forget, did you?
Oh, yeah, that quiver I told you I'm working on.
Yes.
On the picture of the museum piece,
Mm-hmm.
they have 3 buttons, and we ordered some Turkish buttons to
They're
use,
cool looking.
Ooh.
set on it. And between 2 of them, which are from the suspension points,
Mm-hmm.
they have a sparkling chain. I can't, the picture isn't clear enough to get a good detail, but it looks like it may be gold with little things hanging off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought you were a bead person, something fairly fine. I mean,
I
being
am.
Polish, I tend to want amber, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but just thoughts on, because I'm getting close to getting it together and the buttons ought to be here tomorrow.
Well, amber is going to be very, very delicate. If you put amber on something that's going to be swaying
Around.
and
Yeah.
and bouncing around, it's going to break unless you
beads
use.
that color. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's going to come up and demand to examine your quiver.
I would imagine not.
Better not.
You can also use stabilized amber, which is amber that's been ground up and added to resin.
Is that what that is? I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, and it's fake because it's not naturally occurring, but
It's like white chocolate.
yeah, kind of like.
But I like something bright, that looks like a Baltic amber. I mean, someone in the SCA, it used to be everybody had amber, but they had that milky looking African amber, and it just isn't the same,
Well, I happen to have some bright, vibrant yellow, stabilized faux amber beads round
Okay.
that I would be more than happy to pop in the mail to you. I've been hanging on to them for 10 years. And if you could use them for a project, I'd be glad to send them to you.
That would be awesome.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm easy. I'll take what's good, and use it,
Yeah, they're about 10 millimeters. And then there's some that are kind of not quite triangles, but that general shape. I'll pop them in the mail to you guys.
Well, that's what I like about you. You play SCA the way we used to in the old days,
You should send her or post to your profile a picture of this thing because you keep referring to the picture. I haven't seen it, and I'm just going by your descriptions.
It's a little bitty picture, I mean, it was. I got it from
equipped with a camera.
I got it from a site that has the breakdown of the various pieces that went into putting it together. And as I say, mine's a little more than 3/4.
Okay.
But the picture, they have several pictures of Turkish quivers. There's only one of them that's of the one that the plans are for.
Gotcha.
And it is very small and very blurry. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I wrote up that thing on my coronation.
Yes.
For you. I intentionally left off the awards given, because so many write-ups of events like coronations, all you get is a list of the awards given out, and Lasgard messaged me shortly thereafter because it was a thing. I don't know if you know Sir Lasgard. He's down in either the Steps or Elsie, and he is around occasionally.
I have not met him, no.
Okay,
Basically, if somebody's not in the northern region, it's really doubtful that I've met them because I haven't been able to.
He gets around sometimes. He just turns up at stuff.
Yeah, he's again an old timer, but
I think he was at 40th.
He was knighted at my coronation.
Gotcha.
And he's a good fellow. Him and Karl der Gonger are a couple of people you ought to meet. Karl der Gonger was knighted at 12th night in the Steps, and then later on the same year I was knighted at Crown Tournament in Tucson.
Okay.
Greet your incoming.
Beta, if you want to meet Lasgard, let me know. He and I belong to the same pseudo house.
That would be lovely. And I wanted to give welcome to Violet. Hi there. We're glad you could join us.